How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Fortis Gnome tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at the 1.14.4 updated cave spider farm, and I'm super excited about this. Thank you for all your comments on the last one. Thanks to your help, I'm able to fix this one, and this is what we came up with. So thank you again for all your comments and suggestions, but without further ado, let's get right into it, guys. Alright, so let's start things off with an item list. You're going to need 16 iron bars or glass panes. Every time you see me use an iron bar, you can use glass panes instead if you find them cheaper. You're also going to need 3 signs, 1 sticky piston, 1 redstone dust, 1 lever, 1 rail, 2 hopper mine carts, 2 hoppers, and 1 chest. And if you want to get really down into it, you're going to need 8 sources of water. So let's go ahead and talk about the room design. You're going to need a 9 by 9 by 5 tall room with your spawner directly in the center 3 blocks off the floor. So 1, 2, 3 floor level. You're going to want to leave a block on top. Now this green space we're going to have to dig out. Go ahead, find the center, so that's right underneath my spawner, and dig out a 3 by 3 by 3 hole. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, just like so. And then hollow it out. When placing your signs, you need to decide which direction you want to push the spiders out of the room, right? So for me, I want them to go out that way to that pad. So I have 1, 2, 3 signs now, but I don't have one on the center on this face. And this is the direction I want to push them out. So with that said, go ahead, place your iron bars. These can also be glass panes. Go ahead, throw those across like so, drop down, go ahead, place 3 more. And there you go. At this point, you can go ahead, place 2 solid blocks right underneath these corner iron bars. And now we're ready for some water. Go ahead, jump up, place a water source in each corner of your spawn room. You'll know you've done it right when it looks perfectly like this with 1 block in the center not having water on it. You can go ahead, drop down, and on these 2 solid blocks, go ahead and place 2 more water sources. You should see the current going out the little hole that you've made. Okay, so go ahead and swing around to the other side, place an iron bar right on the middle one, and then come out from 1 to here, just like so, so it should look something like that. And then this is where we start building our little spider tunnels. So from this iron bar, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3 with some solid blocks. I prefer glass, but you will decrease your spawn rates if you have lighting around the glass, so keep that in mind. But we have our iron bar, 1, 2, 3. We can go ahead and take our water source and place it right on top of the iron bar. Be sure not to click on the iron bar in the back. Click on the solid block to the side, otherwise you will waterlog your iron bar. Okay, so this is what you should be looking like. Now go ahead, we have our iron bar, right? 1, 2, 3. Go ahead, place 1 more solid block on top of that, and then place an iron bar. Now go back 1 block and up, just like so, right above the water source. You're going to be placing this iron bar. This basically just allows the spiders to move up and over. We're going to repeat this process by going from the iron bar, 1, 2, 3, and then filling in the sides with your solid blocks. If you have multiple cave spider spawners and they are close enough together to connect, I do have a video that I will drop the link down in the description for you. So go ahead, check that out after this video. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add a little sticky piston. This is going to help with entity cramming, making sure that you can have more spiders in one little spot. So go ahead, break out this block here, go ahead, add another solid block down here, add another iron bar on top of it just like so. We're going to take a few ghost blocks and now we're going to build up a little pyramid just like so. I kind of want to keep these with the same blocks. Now we want this 2 block gap right here with a solid block just right here. This can be any block you want. I use glass just so that you guys can see things a lot easier. And now we want a sticky piston facing down on this glass block. So what I'm going to do, build 2 up, break that one, sticky piston facing down. Now take a solid block, place it on this glass, take a piece of redstone and a lever, and there you go. That is the whole mechanism itself. As you see, closes up nicely. And go ahead and place another solid block underneath this block here with the lever on it. Alright, now we need to work on our storage, and how are we going to get all of these materials out of here? And to do so, let's go ahead, grab a chest. Now this can be moved to wherever storage system you have. I'm going to do just a 1 chest storage system because I'm sure you guys are going to hook it up to some item sorting system out there. So go ahead, underneath this iron bar, break out these 2 blocks. Go ahead and take a hopper, run it into the back of this chest, and run another hopper into that one. You want it to be right underneath this iron bar because some items will be pushed out and get stuck on this block itself. We need 2 hopper minecarts to make sure that we suck up all the items. Alright, so go ahead and place a block on the back side of this hopper. Go ahead, place your rail on top of it, shift click onto it with a hopper minecart on top. Then go ahead, go down until you see your hitbox. Go ahead and break that rail so it sits right on top of the hopper. Next up, if you're feeling cheap, you can go ahead and use the sticky piston first with the lever. Take the block you want to be sitting right here. This is the block you will see. It's going to be covering our hopper minecart here. So go ahead, place your block of choice right here. I'm going to come out by 2 blocks, break that one, and place the sticky piston. Those were just temporary blocks. And then you're also going to need a solid block so that you can power the piston. So I'm just going to slap one on the back like so and power it with a lever. Now the thing with a sticky piston is it will pull the block back off, so go ahead and break the sticky piston just like so. And now we are going to repeat the process again for this hopper. Alright, so this second one's going to be a little trickier because since you're putting 2 hopper minecarts next to each other, or minecarts in general will do this, but if you see, if I place this here, that hopper minecart is going to push this one away, and that's not what we want. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to control this a little bit. Now if we see here, if I go like so, I'm going to encase this. I'm going to put my block of choice here now, but 2 solid blocks on either side. Let's go ahead, place our rail, our hopper minecart. I'm going to break this block, break our rail, and then that should sit there really nicely. I'm also going to go ahead, place another solid block just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Put in 2 temporary blocks, break that one out, sticky piston, lever, push, break the piston, break the lever in that solid block, and there you go. You can technically break these 2, and this is going to stick out a little bit. If you don't like that, you can go ahead and place another solid block here. I can't click one on, you'll have to push it in with a piston again, but this will work 100%. If we see, I can chuck that on, it gets sucked into our chest. Wonderful. That way there are no spiders getting stuck in the hoppers or anything like that. It's a little bit more expensive and it's a little bit of work to go through, but it's worth it 100%. It will suck up all the items immediately and go ahead and push it into your storage system. So there you go. There's that. Now one last thing, if you see one thing is missing, and that is the water. This is what you want to put in last. You don't want to be fighting all that water while you're doing, you know, the piston up here, your hoppers down here. So go ahead, place in your water. Again, don't hit the iron bars. You will waterlog them and make your life miserable. So go ahead, there you go. And this is how it should look. It should look like this in the end. I doubt you're going to be using glass for all this, but let's go ahead, turn things on, and then we will get our spider guard up. Now my rates are going to be super slow because I have this encased in glass and it is daytime, so the light levels in there are quite high. Now, as you see, this is what you want. And eventually, once they start packing in here, they will climb up the wall and just kind of sit up here and hang out. And then when you are ready, go ahead, pull your lever. That will push them all down into one spot where you can hit them. And even if you don't have a good sword, you can still hit them against that back wall and kill them off. And when you're done and you're ready to AFK again, go ahead, pull that lever just like so. But let's talk about where you're going to stand when you're hitting these spiders. So you can come down to the level of your hoppers, go ahead and build out your little platform. This can be as big as you want. This is where your room is going to be. This is where you can decorate. So basically up to that spawner and anywhere out to here is where you can be decorating. You want to be on this level though, the same level as your hopper minecart. So that way you can stand right here and do your little slashy slash. And go ahead, I didn't mention this because I pushed these in with my sticky piston. I did go ahead and do that, so I will re-demonstrate that. Just go ahead, if you want any block on top of that one, go ahead, place out some temporary blocks, just like so. Put a piston sticking in, place the block that you want here, which is an iron bar or a glass pane. And then on the back of the sticky piston, go ahead, place a solid block with a lever, pull the lever, break the sticky piston or piston, and then clear up whatever mess you've made. And there you go, that's how you get the item back on there without messing up your hopper. And to finish this up, all you have to do is place 2 more iron bars just like so, and you should be in the safe. Now, Very rarely will you get hit, but as long as you stay behind this iron bar, and especially if you give yourself a little bit of extra room behind it, you're not pushed up all the way against it, just a hair back, you will be golden. Alrighty, so let's talk about killing the spiders, right? That's the important part. How do we collect the XP? Where do we go to stand? So go ahead, when you're ready, go ahead, pull your lever, go ahead, pull out the sword of choice, go ahead, you can push up against here. So I've gone ahead and switched in the survival mode just to show you that I can't get hit from right here. You know, I pulled the lever, you know, I'm able to hit these guys at free will. There are some spots you can, like right here. So if you wanted to extra protect yourself and spend a little more, go ahead and place another iron bar or glass pane right there. This will still work because basically what has to happen is you need to be able to stand right here to collect your XP. So if we go ahead, pull out our sword, kill them off. As you see, like right here, I can't collect the XP. But if I go and stand right here, I can collect the XP and I'm not going to get hit right here. That's the wonderful thing about this, is that you don't have to be in the way of the spiders. So I would say 17 iron bars, you know, because most people will, you know, get too close and get hit. But if you do want to scrounge for scraps and save an iron bar, you don't technically need this one. Well, there you have it, guys, but guess what? I have a bonus for you. Now, if you want to turn this thing on and off, let's go up on top. And for this bonus, you're going to need 5 redstone lamps and 9 redstone dust. And then go ahead, find the center of your room. You should have a block underneath, so there you go. Go ahead, place a lamp right on top, come out 1, 2, and then go up by 1, 2. There you go. And then we're going to do that on every angle. So just like so. So you should have 3 blocks in between each, and go ahead and place the redstone lamps inside just like so. You don't want them down inside the room, you want them on top. This is the only one because it's acting as that placeholder block to make sure nothing can spawn on top of your spawner. Now go ahead, run some dust. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 9. Now you can make this longer and you can go ahead and put the lever down by where you're standing if you want. I like to leave them up here because I only need them when I'm in trouble and I need to turn it off or fix something inside. And then, you know, just flip the switch. And that turns it off. We should have no more spawns happening inside. Ooh, we got a serious amount of spiders in here. Let's go ahead and kill them off real quick. Voila. It's nice because that pushes them all down so that they're all in the same hitbox area, and with Sweeping Edge 3, it's a beautiful thing. Well, there you go. There's another Fortis Gnome tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please smash that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe. We're up to 1,300 subscribers. It's pretty sweet. My first one came out when I was only at 100 subs, so this is pretty sweet. And thank you to everybody who has put me where I am today. And until next time, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Bye.